Hi everyone, welcome. It's FPLMattDay here, and this is my Wildcard Game Week 3 draft video, including an AI rating from Fantasy Football Hub. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and get any comments, questions, or thoughts in. Just like the video description says, this is a draft for those managers playing their wild card. In Game Week 3, we've seen a high number of managers activate their wild card after Palmer getting a massive haul for Chelsea, and he has great fixtures, and Salah continuing to hit double digits. So it's forced a lot of managers into an early change. I think there is a benefit this season because you can bank up to 5 transfers at any given time. So if you can build the right wild card without having to make too many transfers, you effectively can get yourself a mini wild card as well. If you've saved your transfers up before this wild card, you will still be able to keep them post wild card, so you do not lose them anymore. So it does make the early wild card that little bit more attractive. But let's start and share screen. And we are going to go straight into it. And as I mentioned, I'm using Fantasy Football Hub. If you like what you see, you can go to the link in the bio of this video. You'll get 50% off a Fantasy Football Hub membership. And if you do not win your mini league, they will give you your money back. So it's a really, really good tool and plenty of AI features as well. So we start with the goalkeeper pick, and a lot of people were probably expecting to see David Raya. Instead, I'm going with Martinez from Aston Villa. Yet to keep a clean sheet this season, but if you have a look at the next 3 games, Leicester, Everton, and Wolves. And again, when you're buying a goalie at 5 million, it's a very easy transfer out because you can only go down, and you can then find yourself a 4.5 million keeper, maybe a Kepa who's just joined or about to join Bournemouth, and we know he's got a high save percentage and bonus point ranking in FPL. You've got the likes of Henderson as well, Flecken or Sailors from Forest, and Martinez with some great up-and-coming fixtures. Nice little swap for someone like a Nick Pope. Yes, you could go a bit higher to a David Raya, but I don't think too many managers want to double up on this, obviously the strong Arsenal defence over the coming weeks. So Leicester away going into Game Week 3, followed by Everton and Wolves, back-to-back home games there. We'll go into the defence now. We'll just zoom out slightly. And Saliba, a mainstay in there, I think, for a lot of managers. You've got to have at least one Arsenal defender. Brighton at home this week. Okay, Spurs and City, tough away games after that one. But you'll see there's enough rotation if needed into the future game weeks. Alexander-Arnold, absolute mainstay. If you already own him, he is a mainstay. There's some big, big points coming up for him. Maybe not so much with Man United away in Game Week 3, but Forest and Bournemouth at home in the following game weeks. He is a potential season keeper. Maybe someone you look to downgrade later on down the track if he doesn't hit the projected numbers that we expect. But I'd rather be safe than sorry with him for now. And then Jovic, sorry, awful pronunciation there by me. Projected points are not high as of yet, despite Villa's good fixtures, but he will be coming in for at least potentially 3 to 4 game weeks due to the injury of Matt Cash. I think he is definitely worth a punt in our teams. You can also see at the top there things like team ratings, predicted points. We'll go through all of that afterwards. Which will zoom a bit more. And we'll go into the midfield now. Some big hitters in there. Cole Palmer, Salah are absolute must-haves for me on a wild card. A lot of people are going to ask, where is Saka? Arsenal have good fixtures from Game Week 6 onwards. I think Saka's a wait and see. I prefer more explosive assets like Palmer and Salah. I think Saka's still going to get you those good scores, but you've got these other midfielders here to the side of Palmer and Salah, which I'll talk about in a second, that I think will just about get enough for Saka. And I think later on down the track, if you double up on Arsenal defence from Game Week 6 onwards, save a couple of transfers, maybe upgrade Martinez to a Raya, I think that will just about cover Saka, especially with Palmer in there. 7 projected points against Palace, Bournemouth away, and then West Ham away, and then Salah, Manchester United away, who he's got a great record against, Forest at home, and Bournemouth at home. He is an absolute must-have for me. Smith Rowe, double-digit score in Game Week 2. Good fixture this weekend with Ipswich away, followed by West Ham and Newcastle, another potential season keeper. Mitoma, 6.6. Arsenal away, followed by Ipswich at home and Forest at home. A really tidy pick at that price point as well. I can see a lot of managers going to Mitoma on their wild cards. You've also got Minter playing in that front three for Brighton, who could be really effective. Some managers might use this week's game against Arsenal as a bit of an eye test to see who is a bit more threatening and on the ball more. And then Rodgers at 5 mil, starting for Villa right now in a front two with Watkins, looks absolutely brilliant. Must have for me at that price point. He is due a return very soon. So let's go into the forwards. And Erling Haaland on there, 15.1 million currently. I would not be selling him. I just think he brings too much with his captaincy. Potential points as well. He's got 8.2 predicted points there against Brentford in game week 4. João Pedro, another one as well. Easy enabler up front into that Brighton team who have back-to-back home games from game week 4 and 5. And an easy swap out as well. You've obviously got Danny Welbeck, but I'm preferring Pedro due to his penalties. So let's go to the bench. No second keeper. I don't think we need a second keeper. Harwood Bellis plays for Southampton, so good pick for me. Johnson got an assist against Man City. Best 4 million pick defender right now. I've not put Faze in there from Leicester because there's rumours he might leave before the end of the deadline, so I can't advocate for him. And then Ujo from Forest, just as a little bit of bench fodder in there at the moment. No predicted points for him. There's probably plenty of other 4.5 million forwards that you could switch him from, but for me, it's just a bit of a dead position. You've got that coverage here with Johnson and Harwood Bellis. You can play Harwood Bellis there in game week 5 against Ipswich, and then Johnson, Southampton away in game week 5 if you want to avoid Saliba in that Man City fixture. So there's options there for you. I have gone, well, let's do full team, then we'll optimize the team for you first for game week 3. So let's scroll out. Okay, so it's not giving me the option to scroll out with the bench. But as you can see, this team's got an 88% team rating on the AI. Not the best, but I think it deserves a little bit higher. 59.6 points predicted points, 85% game week 3 rating, and still has 0.7 million in the bank. So you know what we can actually probably do? Can even get rid of a Harwood Bellis. You can maybe put in, let's go with a Brighton defender, shall we? Lewis Dunk, who do have some good fixtures coming up. There we go. Have a look at that, 4.2 and 3.8. So we're just going to slightly change it there. Doesn't change the lineup we have here. Doesn't change the team rating. Does put 0.2 million in the bank, though. You have a little bit in the coffers if need to be. So we'll make that transfer live on the stream here. And we're going to optimize the team now and see what they think the best team is to pick. And they've put Johnson in there for this game week, which puts the team rating up to 89% and 61.1 predicted points. Well, let's go and see what this looks like in game week 4, which is when a lot of other managers are wildcarding. And we're going to swap Dunk now in there. And we'll get rid of Saliba with that Tricky's fixture. And we'll put Nedlovic in there, who I think his expected points will go up. So in game week 4, you've got Martinez at home. You've got Dunk, Trent, and Nedeljkovic at home. Palmer away at Bournemouth. Salah at home. Smith Rowe at home. Mitoma at home. Rodgers at home. João Pedro at home. And Haaland at home. We'll take it to game week 5. Could even play Johnson this game week. And again, great fixtures. Plenty of home games. Predicted points of 60.8 and a team rating of 89%. You could even change captain to Salah this game week. And it brings it up to 61.9. And then game week 6, when Arsenal's fixtures take a nice little turn with Leicester at home, you put Saliba back in there. And then that's where, if you haven't made any transfers, because you didn't do one in game week 4, you didn't do one in game week 5, you're going to have 3 transfers for game week 6. And you can use that to maybe think, okay, I'm not too fussed about having Martinez, albeit it is Ipswich away, but you might say, look, it's time to let him go. Take him out. Goalkeeper. And you think to yourself, all right, let's go David Raya. Hopefully, he hasn't price rose too much by then, but you do have that little bit of money in the bank. And you're going to need to make another change. By this point, Mitoma has Chelsea away, and you might want to get rid of him and bring someone else in at this point with a better fixture. So we'll go to midfielders. And on this game week, well, you've got 6.2 million in the bank. So let's see what we can get for 6.2 million. Well, not quite Jared Bowen, who does have some good fixtures there coming up. Semenyo, very popular pick. Southampton at home on that game week, bringing the team rating on game week 6 to 90%. So some very, very tidy options. So that was all on Fantasy Football Hub, which I've explained at the start of the video. If you're new here and enjoyed the video, hit subscribe, give the video a like, and get comments, questions, and thoughts for your wildcards in the comments. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm FPLMattDay. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks very much, and bye for now.